to get us a trip to the big island of Hawaii. We've seen a lot of the state of Hawaii, but have never been on the big island yet. We took off from LAX on Hawaiian Air. When we got off the airplane, we were surprised to see a landscape that looked more like it belonged to the moon than tropical Hawaii. This part of the island has a lot of volcanic activity, as evidenced by the recent lava flows. The next thing that hits your senses is something the locals call environmentally friendly graffiti. They take snow white coral and place it on the pitch black lava, spelling out whatever message they wish to create. It is effective, and in time will disappear with no harm.
When I heard the ASTA Regional Conference was to be held at the Hilton Waikoloa on the Big Island, I knew I had to attend. This hotel is the nicest one on the island, and Michelle, Mario, and the grandkids have vacationed here twice. Our home away from home was absolutely fabulous. Our room overlooked the dolphin pool, so we had our very own private dolphin show any time of day. The grounds of this hotel are massive and elegant. One can get from one end of the property to the other by boat, monorail, or walking. One evening, Joe and I walked to the other side, swung in a hammock, and watched the beautiful sunset. It truly made us feel like we were young lovers again. As we were swinging in the hammock, we also witnessed the nightly lighting of the torches at the hotel complex. A Hawaiian runner carries the lighted flame and lights each torch. It takes him about 3/4 of an hour to complete the process. When he approaches the bridges, he stops and blows into a conch shell, and the sound truly is reminiscent of the islands. We also enjoyed the many waterfalls and the flamingos which encompass the hotel property. The Dolphin Quest program at the Waikoloa is a dolphin learning center for young and old alike. For $85, you get to swim with the dolphins and learn about them. The dolphins soon learn that people are their friends, and it's not unusual to see them continually bopping out of the water looking for someone. Dolphins are extremely smart, and they choose who they want to swim and play with. Two of our grandkids have swam with the dolphins, and it was quite an experience for them.
We made arrangements to go up in a helicopter the next morning. It meant that we had to get up early and drive to the Hilo airport, but it was well worth it. You can see more in an hour's flight than you can see in a week of hiking and driving. Look at this lava tube formed by this volcano. You can see its track all the way to the ocean, where it's still building this island. We saw the beautiful coastline, the waterfalls, the rainforest, Volcano National Park, the port of Hilo. It made deciding what we were going to see in detail much easier. Any visit to Hawaii must include one of its rainforests. After our helicopter ride, we went through the tropical area right outside Hilo. The flora and fauna is so spectacular that words can't describe it. So here's a few video clips that may give you some ideas.
Aqui, ai, lá.
Geology has always interested me, as I find it fascinating to learn what causes certain geological events to occur. For years, I longed to visit the Kilauea volcano up close, and finally it was happening. Although we had flown over it early in the day, and I had also flown over it at night when it was erupting in 1983, this was an up-close venture. The Kilauea volcano, like the Mauna Loa volcano, is active, so the island is continually growing. The volcanic fumes are hazardous to those with heart or respiratory problems, as well as infants, young children, and pregnant women. Seeing I didn't fall into any of those categories, I felt it was safe to experience this long-awaited visit. We first walked to the geothermic area, which is still active. One could vision it as being on Mars or some other planet. We viewed this one crater from various angles and felt the massiveness of it. Along the way, we saw some wildlife, which are endangered species. On our helicopter ride, we saw from the air the rift that extends the island. Now we got to see it up close and walk on it. Fascinating. One area of the national park which I found intriguing was the Thurston Lava Tube, a prehistoric cave-like volcano lava tube which is about 1/4 mile long. Prior to entering it, you walk through an absolutely beautiful fern grotto.
The ASTA conference that Fran attended was very well organized. It took care of most of our accommodations, like food, lodging, and even some of the entertainment. However, we had plenty of free time to enjoy the local area. We celebrated our 43rd wedding anniversary at the Kona Inn. The dining room was right on the beach, and it was very romantic even for an old couple like us. We went through one of the Kona coffee plantations. We saw the coffee trees, the drying sheds. We could smell the coffee roasting before it was ground and packaged. We visited the monuments where Captain Cook first landed, and we could see from there where he was killed. We spent an afternoon at the famous Paca Ranch. We went through the old homestead, and we were entertained by one of the Hawaiian cowboys. On our way up the Kona coast, we stumbled upon this little church and found out that it was famous for the paintings that the priest did himself. We went on a submarine ride. This is the temple that King Kamehameha built before he became ruler of all the Hawaiian Islands. It's time to say aloha to this beautiful island and Madame Peleg, goddess of fire, who is still building this paradise. I hope I'll be able to come back soon to see her work again.
Sun is up.